Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into One Up on Wall Street, a classic investing book by legendary fund manager Peter Lynch. You know, the guy who turned Fidelity Magellan Fund into a stock market beast in the 80s. The big idea: you've got an edge. Peter Lynch has one core message: you, the average person, can beat the pros at investing. Yep, that's right. He believes regular folks like us have a huge advantage because we are out there in the real world. We shop, we notice trends, we see what's hot before Wall Street analysts even open their spreadsheets. Lynch calls this the local edge. Like, maybe you noticed your local mall is always packed with people eating at Chipotle. Or your kids won't stop talking about Roblox. That's a potential clue. The pros: they're stuck behind Bloomberg terminals. You're living it. 6 types of stocks, aka how to not buy garbage. Next, Lynch drops a super helpful way to think about stocks. He puts them into 6 buckets. 1. Slow growers, boring companies that grow a few percent a year. Think utilities. 2. Stalwarts, solid, big names like Coca-Cola or Johnson & Johnson. Not flashy, but steady. 3. Fast growers, these are the rockets. Think tech startups or new disruptors. 4. Cyclicals, companies that move up and down with the economy. Airlines, auto manufacturers. 5. Turnarounds, companies that screwed up, but might bounce back. High risk, high reward. 6. Asset plays, hidden gems. These companies own valuable stuff Wall Street forgot about. Why does this matter? Because each type has different risks and timelines. Don't expect a slow grower to 10x overnight. What to look for and what to avoid. So how do you actually spot a winner? Lynch gives some great filters. You want companies with simple businesses, stuff you can understand. They should be making money and preferably not buried in debt. Bonus points if the insiders, like the CEO, are buying their own stock. That means they believe in it. Avoid hype stocks that everyone's talking about on CNBC. Be wary of companies with hot trends but no profits. Hello, tech bubble flashbacks. Lynch says, know what you own and why you own it. Do your homework, but you don't need to be a genius. One of my favorite parts of the book is when Lynch says you don't need a PhD or Bara monitors to succeed. You just need to do a bit of homework. Read the annual report. Understand how the company makes money. What's their growth potential? Are they expanding? Dominating a niche? He talks about something called the PEG ratio, that's the price-earnings ratio divided by the company's growth rate. Basically, a way to tell if a stock is fairly priced based on how fast it's growing. A peg under 8 might be a good deal. Timing the market is a fool's game. Lynch is clear: don't try to time the market. Nobody can do it consistently. Not even the pros. He believes in long-term investing. Some of his biggest wins, like Taco Bell and Dunkin', took years to pay off. But they made huge returns. So yeah, when you buy a great company, hold it. Let time and compounding do their thing. Don't panic every time the stock dips. When to sell and when not to. Okay, so you bought a stock. When should you sell? Here's what Lynch says. Sell if the fundamentals change. Like, if a company that was growing fast suddenly stops. Sell if the story no longer makes sense. or if new management runs it into the ground. But don't sell just because the price goes down. That's just noise. In fact, he says that some of his best picks dropped after he bought them, then soared later. The real danger is selling too early and missing the magic of long-term growth. Final thoughts: the Lynch mindset. So, what's the big takeaway from One Up on Wall Street? Trust your common sense. Invest in what you know. Don't overcomplicate things. Be patient. And do your homework, but you don't need to be a wizard. Lynch isn't saying every stock you pick will be a winner. But if you follow his approach, you'll avoid hype traps, understand your investments, and, if you're patient, potentially beat the market over time. If this helped demystify investing, smash that like button, subscribe for more book breakdowns like this, and drop a comment. What's a company you believe in that Wall Street's ignoring? Catch you in the next one.